Day 48. Favor to predecide your stand. Daniel 3:16-18 says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If that is the case, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hand, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the golden image which you have set up. In the Amplified Classic it says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, it is not necessary for us to answer you on this point. If our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image which you have set up. God's favor doesn't just show up when you're already in the fire. Favor empowers you to make decisions before the flames ever touch you. That's exactly what we see in Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They didn't stall, ask for time, or try to negotiate. They had already predecided their stand. Favor had anchored their hearts so deeply that compromise wasn't even an option. Look at the courage in their words. They declare, Our God whom we serve is able to deliver us. He will deliver us. That's confidence in God's favor. But then they said something even stronger. But if not, we will not serve your gods. In other words, their decision wasn't tied to an outcome. They didn't worship God only if he came through as they expected. They worshiped him because his favor was already settled on their lives. Psalms 35 says, For his anger is but for a moment. His favor is for life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. His favor is permanent. That means you can make permanent decisions rooted in his favor. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego weren't gambling on whether God was good. They were anchored in his favor. That's what it means to predecide. When you live conscious of God's favor, you don't wait until the pressure's on to figure out your convictions. You don't debate whether you'll bow to compromise once the music plays. You don't wait to see who's watching or what it will cost. Favor empowers you to say in advance, I've already decided I will not bow. We need that in our world today. Too many people negotiate with fear and culture because they haven't predecided who they are. Favor gives you identity. It tells you you are chosen, loved, and surrounded. That identity empowers you to stand tall when everything else is bending low. I remember once on a plane, a woman struck up a friendly conversation that quickly turned flirty. Immediately, I started talking about my wife and kids. Why? Because I wanted to shut down the conversation before it even had a chance to go anywhere. That's what a predecision looks like. I didn't need to think about it, pray about it, or text a friend for advice. Favor had already given me the conviction. This is the power of God's favor. It enables you to set boundaries ahead of time. Without them, you'll drift farther than you ever planned, but with them, you're secure. You don't live by pressure, you live by principle. You don't bend for acceptance, you stand because of God's favor. And here's the miracle. When those three men stood firm, God's favor showed up in the fire. Not only were they unharmed, but the only thing burned were the ropes that bound them. That's what favor does. It doesn't just preserve you, it frees you. And it shines so brightly that even kings take notice. Nebuchadnezzar declared, There is no other God who can deliver like this. Daniel 3:29. Favor always testifies. So let me ask, have you predecided your stand? In your marriage, in your finances, in your purity, in your walk with God? If not, settle it now, because favor gives you the courage to decide before the fire. Make this confession with me. Father, I thank you that your favor empowers me to predecide my stand. I will not bow to fear, culture, or compromise. Your favor surrounds me for life, and I choose to live anchored in that favor. I predecide to trust you, to worship you, and to stand for you no matter the fire. In Jesus' name, amen.